praying Jehovah.
Roland Martin. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all heard what's going on with Roland Martin. But if you haven't, basically his side chick recorded him in a hotel room from what I understand in a leopard thong. Then they say Roland Martin is married. I didn't even know Roland Martin was married, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And what's shocking with the whole thing, him being exposed or people trying to expose him and stuff like that, I thought it'd be exposed with a man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just my personal opinion. But I ain't really tripping on what he do in his personal life though. What a man do in the bedroom, that's on that man. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got nothing to do with that, because some niggas like freaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's here or there. But I think this is karma. I think our ancestors are putting the pressure on him. Because keep in mind, Roland is not a black American. Roland is a Haitian. Roland is not one of us. For a long time, Roland had disrespected us as black Americans, calling us stupid, saying we are uneducated, saying we don't understand politics. He even said we don't know the 3 branches of government, saying we are white supremacists, saying we don't vote blue no matter who, we just like Donald Trump, we are MAGA. All these foul things about us, saying we are Russian bots, saying we are trolls, saying we are not real. Putting all that energy into the atmosphere and everybody seeing this and everybody eating it up. I think this is karma. Before I continue, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for your boy. And if you can join my membership, I greatly appreciate that. But if you can't, subscribe to my channel, and then most definitely, that'll help me out tremendously. But karma's something else. How you treat people, how you do people can always come back on you. This man has dragged us for a long time. All because we didn't want to vote Democrat or we didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Y'all didn't want to vote for Kamala because she's a black woman. She's not a black woman. She's an Indian. She's not one of us. Well, Kamala went to an HBCU and she pledged. So what? This white people went to HBCUs. This white people that pledged black fraternities. So what? What they got to do with me not wanting to vote for her because she's not offering any tangibles? Why are you attacking black Americans because they don't want their children to boycott the NCAA and mess up their money? Why are you upset with us because a lot of black Americans are not falling for the con game when y'all talking about how, well, black people votes about to be suppressed because all the black representatives are being taken out, but these black representatives not representing black people. They seem like they only represent the immigrants or the illegals that come over here. But you upset with us because we want something in return for our vote. Let me tell y'all something, man. How you treat people can really affect what happens to you in the future. Real talk. Let me tell y'all a quick story. And this not on a Roland Martin type level type situation, but this is on a level of a situation on how you treat people, how in turn, how your life can be, right? It was a cat, man, I met when I was in college, when I was like 19, 20 years old. Cool dude, but he was an older cat. He was like, cuz had to be about, I'm going to call him P. P had to be about 10 years older than me. So he had to be 29 or 30 at the time when I met him. But he was a cool dude. Older cat, had some age on him, had some maturity on him, and had some wisdom about himself, Now, he wasn't a close friend, you know what I'm saying? But he was just a person that I talked to about life, about how should I handle situations as a man, because I always like to talk to older dudes and older women so I can have a better perspective on life. You get what I'm saying? So, dude offered some good game. But one of the things I noticed at my age as I was growing and maturing was he didn't have his shit together at the age that he was, at the age in his 30s. Because by that time, I started to pay attention when he got his early 30s. I'm like, man, this nigga ain't got his life together. Now, I understand things happen in life. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I understand we lose jobs. We lose our car. Some just things happen in life where, you go through divorces and things like that. But throughout the years I known him, he was kind of like a bum-ass nigga, but carried himself in front of me like he was that nigga. You get what I'm saying? He was one of these people, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all could, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen cats like this, But you a media cat, and they'll make sure like they'll make it seem like to you that they're larger than life. How they hung around all these dope boys, these street niggas, these get money niggas. How they hang with certain type of women, you know, all that. That's what he projected to me when he first met me. You know, when I first met him, that's what he projected to me. So I'm looking like, okay, because he was from the other side of the city. I don't really know nothing about that side of the city, but I do know something about that side of the city. He just didn't know. Once again, he wasn't my close friend, but he was just a person I would talk to. As time go on, and I didn't peep this till later on, but as time go on, you know, I'm going through my trials and tribulations, going through my life, you know, things like that, dealing with women in relationships, going through custody battle with for my son, and he was kind of a part of that, just coached me through on how to deal with it. I moved to Dallas. In a couple years, you know, we were still cool, still chopping it up. Oh, let me say this too about him. The dude gave great advice. I would never take that from him. He gave great advice, but he was a shady nigga. He was a shady nigga, and I forgot to mention that in the beginning. But he was a shady nigga, but I wasn't, like I say, I wasn't around him. Before I continue, when I went to Dallas, because something just popped in my head. Even when I was living in Jackson, and we would hang around, we'll go to certain areas or we'll go to the mall. In this particular mall, everybody named Mama used to be out there. It's called the Metro Center Mall. It's closed down now. But we'll go to the mall sometimes and we'll walk around, you know, and people run up to me like, man, what up, B, da-da-da-da? What up, B, da-da-da-da? What up, B, da-da-da-da? So I remember it was this big time dude. I ain't going to say what type of big time dude he was. He was in the mall. Now, I remember my partner, I'm going to call him P. He said he know him. They went to school together, all this shit. So I'm thinking he know the nigga. Because I knew the nigga, but he don't know I know the nigga because I'm from the north. He from the west. You know, all the other shit. Anyway, how I knew the nigga was because when I was in... Oh, damn. That's another story I got to tell. But when I was in a situation, when I was in middle school, I know his little brother. You know, so me and his little brother like this. So his, you know, but anyway. So... that's another story I gotta tell y'all too, man. Y'all gonna be like, really, Brian? Like, for real? You know, so I can't say too much because I'll spoil it. But I knew his little brother, and the big brother used to pick me up and take me around and all the other stuff. So, you know, whatever. So I said, okay, so he know dude. So I see dude walking out the clothing store. I said, man, what up? Man, I'm about to say his name. I'm gonna call him, what up, D? What's going on, D? What's popping, man? He said, man, what up, little B, man? How you been doing? I said, man, what, little Brad? So I'm looking at my partner P. I'm thinking P gonna embrace the nigga. I said, oh, man, y'all know each other, don't you? Like, he looked at him like, no. Like, where I know you from, cuz? He was like, man, you know, man, we went to school together, you know, woo. He like, oh, okay. You know, so he shrugged my nigga off. Now, keep in mind, my nigga talking about he was this big time finessing, dope boy, all this shit. And that right there, at the age of 21 and 22, I peeped like, okay, you one of them niggas. But you give good advice. But anyway, fast forward to Dallas. So I ended up moving to Dallas. And I was starting to make a mark on social media, right? This was like in 2012 on Facebook, though. In these Facebook groups, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm causing havoc in these groups, you know, cracking jokes, roasting, you know, doing all the other stuff in these groups. And he was in the group with me. So, you know, we was known as like, we knew each other real well, just, you know, like that. So it was a situation that I was in. And I'm venting to him about what I was going through in this particular situation, right? And as I was venting him about the situation, he'll give me game, give me advice, whoop-de-whoop. So as time go on, the situation that I was venting to him about was coming back towards me. So the person would ask like, hey, why you telling people about this? Or why you saying this about me? And da-da-da-da. I'm looking at him like, how you know? Like, how you know what's going on? And it turned out that this dude was backbiting me to the girl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I care, but I didn't care. I ain't going to sit on here and act like I didn't care. Right? But I didn't care for the simple fact because I wasn't feeling that person anyway. You know how that shit go, y'all. Y'all know how relationships go. You know the relationship is gone and dead. But my point of that was, why would you tell a person all this information about what I'm saying about her? And his excuse, I'm just skipping over some stuff though. And the type of person she was very manipulative. So she would come to him and be like, hey, why Brian acting like this? Why he not talking to me? What's going on? She'll put on this little fake act or whatever. So he ended up breaking down as a man just till what Brian said this and he said you like this, all this and all that. Learning. This some learning. Listen, y'all, I want y'all to listen to me. This is a learning situation that I had to go through. Keep your business to yourself. Listen to me. I learned from that situation. I'm gonna continue the story, but I'm gonna pause for a second. Always keep your business to yourself. Don't be talking to people about your relationship problem. Talk to the person you're in a relationship with. Because when you vent to certain people, you don't know the feelings these people have for you. You think they have your best interest, but they really don't. A lot of times when you're around certain people, they be jealous of you. They like to hear something bother you, something getting under your skin. Yes, that is true. You probably got a person right now that's jealous of you. Anything that bad happens to you, they praise it in a way, but they do it in a slick way. They were like, oh, for real? Dang, bro, like shit, man. But when you tell them something good about it, they don't really say nothing. They're like, oh, okay, congratulations, that's it. They don't elaborate on it. They don't say, man, how you do it, man, salute to you. They don't give you none of that. But if something failed in your life, that gives them a stiffy or get their coochie wet. If it's a man, they thing get on hard. If it's a woman, they coochie get wet. I always keep, and that was a learning experience that I had. I'm so thankful I had that before I hit the age of 30. Woo, I'm so happy. But anyway, make the long story short, she done told her some stuff, right? She done said some things to the girl about, certain things, because at the time he was talking to a chick, and the chick he was talking to was cool with the girl that I was talking to. So that I'm making that connection right quick. The chick he was talking to don't like me. She never liked me at all. So this girl couldn't stand me for some odd reason, I don't know. But she just didn't like me as a person, period. But I'm cool with that, though. I ain't tripping. But I used to tell her, like, man, don't be telling such and such my business. Because she going to run up and tell old girl my business on what I'm telling you. Like, nah, man, I ain't saying nothing like that. But he'll pillow talking to his girl, which niggas do, which is nothing wrong with it. But if your girl got a loose mouth, she gonna tell the girl that I'm talking to because she wants some freak between me and her. But anyway, me and the girl end up breaking up because I found out what he did. So I end up, cussing him out or whatever. Like, man, you a fuck nigga, man. You a hoe ass nigga. You do boo woo woo. You supposed to keep that to yourself. And on his excuse was, man, I just feel sorry, man, because you were crying on the phone and blah, 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 blah. But I was like, still, bro, I confided into you. I was telling you what was bothering me with her. But anyway, so about a year go by. A dude reached out to me. And me and this dude, I know this story seems like all over the place, but just follow me. It was this dude, and we was messing with the same chick. I didn't know. But me and dude were cool though. But I didn't know he was messing with this girl, right? So anyway, he called me, he messaged me like, man, can I get your number? I sent him my number, whatever. We got to chopping it up, woo, woo, woo. Told him what the deal was, like, man, I didn't know, da, 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 woo, woo, woo. So we started chopping it up. So he's like, hey, man, what's going on with you and P? I said, what you mean? He said, man, listen, P shady as hell. I said, I know already. I'm like, nah, B, he shady as hell. The nigga said that now this was back when I was living in Jackson. He lied on me about a situation that I wasn't even a part of. He blew up the whole situation that I wasn't even a part of. And guess what? The middle cause was a woman. One thing about me, man, I ain't finna fight on no woman. I ain't finna argue with no woman. I ain't finna do nothing, man. There's too many women out here for me to be upset about. But he was jealous. He was a jealous ass nigga. So the dude was telling me certain things that only P would know. Nobody else would know but him. And I'm like, damn, for real? That nigga like that for real? That nigga was backbiting like that for real? Like, yeah, he said that you spent money on the girl and then you treated the girl bad. And I said, man, I didn't treat that girl bad. That girl was married, man. I was just a side nigga at the time, and she called it off. I didn't call it off. I said, why would I be? Because he was telling him like how it hurt that that she had a husband. I knew she was married when I met her. But that's that lying shit that P was doing on me. Backbite. But guess what P did? P also told me about the nigga that was telling me about what P was saying about me. So that's when I started to put things together about the nigga. I said, oh, you that kind of nigga. Right? And as time went on, man, I held a grudge against him, bro. Like, out of everybody in the world that I have come across, that's the only nigga that I had a grudge against. Because I thought that he was a solid person, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know the nigga would talk about me bad behind my back. And I used to give this nigga money. And I'm a young nigga getting this nigga money, man. Even when I was young, man, I was doing it. Like, I'm talking about, I ain't doing it today, but, you know, I'm doing it now. But I'm talking about, I was doing it for a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just doing it. And I think there was like a lot of jealousy and envy within that nigga, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but just looking back on it, what pissed me off sometimes was like, I was just looking back at certain things that I missed. You know what I'm saying? That would piss me off, like certain things that I missed. That would irk me, like times where he'll need a ride might have to pick him up. He might need a ride somewhere or whatever. He said, man, I give you $10 on gas or whatever. And I come through. I bet I come through, pick him up. I had somebody in the back seat, but I forget. You know what I'm saying? I forget, like, he supposed to give me some money for gas. But I wasn't really tripping because I would do it for free. But he would, and I'd drop him off and drive on off. But I would wonder why I don't hear from him for like 2 or 3 weeks. No, I hit him up, whatever. He don't pick up the phone. I forget about the nigga say he gonna give us some money for gas. But he'll tell people, he told old boy that I was like bragging him about the money. I like, nigga, I never asked you for no motherfucking money. I was just holler and see what you was on. But that's guilt and that's shadiness. And he did a lot of shady shit to other people, not just me, from what I heard. But anyway, as time go on, y'all, you know, I say around 2023 or 2024, I found out that he got spinal cord cancer or spinal cancer or something. The nigga can't walk no more. You know, when the motherfucker told me that, I laughed and chuckled. I ain't gonna lie to you, I laughed and chuckled. I said, boy, you do all that backbiting on people, hating on people, being very, what's the word I want to say? Being very, using a lot of people, man. You took a lot of people for granted. Not just me. I can only imagine the people that were close to him. And I thank God we wasn't close. Like, he wasn't my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a nigga like I hung with, went to the club with, went out of town with, just did things together because I was my partner. He was just a nigga, you know, like an associate or something, but it was just still fucked up. Like, damn, nigga, you played me like that. But anyway, my point is, how you treat people in your life, bad things can come to you. It might not have came in the form of you losing your job. It might not come in the form of you losing someone close to you. It might not come in the form of you getting your car repossessed or anything. It can start with your health. Your health can deteriorate on just how bad you treat people. And I do believe in that, man. I do believe how you treat people, man. You know, shit can't come back on you. And from what I understand, man, nigga did some PPP loan shit. That he finna go down to prison for that shit from what I'm hearing, man. So, karma a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So how you treat people, how you talk to people, how you backbite on people, that shit can come back on you, man. I always tell people, man, just be careful how you treat people. Even on social media, man, I always mindful, especially on TikTok, when people come on my panel and you have like a lot of people just come up, different energies, different traumas, different backgrounds. You don't know what the fuck wrong with these people, right? But I always find a way to treat them with respect. I might say it in a joking way. I could be firm with it. But I always try to talk to people with respect. Even when I talk to the Africans, right? When the Africans say wild shit about black Americans, I always say things in a way where I don't come off as fucked up. Even though I do come off fucked up, I don't come off like I'm a hateful person towards them. I believe in respect. You know, I believe in respecting people in a way until you disrespect me. And that carries you a long way, man. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I lived that life. I lived a life where I give respect first, right? I give respect first. I'm always on defense, so that's why I give respect first. And that shit worked in my life, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's the only story that I could say where I really felt betrayed. Kind of, yeah. Like, felt betrayed in my whole entire life. That's the only one. That's why I held a grudge for so long. You know, I ain't saying people never done me dirty or anything like that, but the people that done me dirty was the people that weren't really close to me. But people that was close to me, that knew me, they never done me dirty. You know what I'm saying? But except that one person. And I think it's because I came at people with love, man. And if you don't show me love back, I knew that you wasn't for me. My mom used to get on to me about like, damn man, you got some weird friends. Not weird like weird where they were psycho. But I had a set of friends, man, that I had different sets of friends. Like I might have a set of friends for this, a set of friends for that, a set of friends for this over here. You know what I'm saying? But I know those three sets couldn't hang together. You get what I'm saying? So I might have a set of street niggas that was about that drama. I might have another set of friends that were just about business and getting money. You know what I'm saying? Hustling and shit. Then I might have friends that was really my main ones that I really hung out with, chill with, we holler at girls with. We share family like situations together. You know what I'm saying? Like I might drop my kids out with this set of friends. But I had three sets of friends, man, and it just taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? All these different personalities. You know. That's why I'm kind of fucked up in the head now, hanging around all these different personalities. But one thing I can say, each one of those people, man, showed me so much love, showed me so much respect, because I showed them love and respect. And I think that's one of the main things that helped me through life, man. I don't know how I'm alive today. I'm sorry, y'all. They cutting the grass now. But I don't know how I'm alive today, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you, yo. Like sometimes I be thinking, like, in situations I've been in, dumb decisions I have made, taking chances on my life, you know, being in places where I shouldn't have been, women that could have set me up but didn't, you know what I'm saying? And I just be wondering, like, why? Like, why nothing didn't happen to me but something happened to them? Why I got spared? You know what I'm saying? Like, I still ask them questions till today. Like, why did I get spared? I could never figure that out. Why this happened to him, but when I was around this person, he didn't do that to me. Not because I'm a street nigga. Not because I'm some nigga that can fight and lay it down. But I always wonder why this person never done harm or try to finesse me out of anything. I used to always wondered that. But as I got older, I understood why. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that I was a perfect nigga, man. I did some fuck shit in my life, too. I would never say I never done fuck shit, but at the same time, I'm going to say I did more good than harm. You know what I'm saying? I did more good than bad. So, yeah, man. So, I think that's what happened with Roland Martin, man. I think he done so much fuck shit behind the scenes that karma finally came and got him, just like it got old boy P. Everything done caught up with him. His life is in shambles right now. P life is in shambles. And I ain't saying I'm celebrating it, but I ain't mad at it either. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at it's going on. And I ain't saying it got to stop. I ain't praying for him either. But yeah, man. Life is a motherfucker, boy. Life is a motherfucker. People want to, man, how you got so many stories, man? You shit, 43 years of living. Mistakes. Learning. Shocked that you in these situations. There's so much shit, man. Y'all just don't know. It's so much stuff that I have experienced that y'all wouldn't even believe, bro. Like, I don't even believe myself. Even when I be telling somebody about a situation, I can't believe the shit coming out of my mouth sometimes. You know. But I will say I had a hell of a life. Hell of a life, man. I had a hell of a life. A hell of a motherfucking life, man. I know a lot of people get on here and say that, but just imagine having a hell of a life and not have big money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed everything, man, in my life, man. I enjoyed everything. I ain't gonna lie. Being a father, being a great son to my parents, Not beside me wearing them, but them being proud of me, my kids being proud of me. You a good father, right? When your kids always talk about you to other people. That made me feel good. I be wondering, like, man, I hope my kids don't have mental issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it does feel good how my kids fuck with me, and I fuck with them, and people that's been around me fuck with me, and I fuck with them. So I always believe, man, lead with love first, and if love don't boomerang back to you, walk away from that shit, bro, and learn from your mistakes, man. I learn from my mistakes, and I learn from other people's mistakes. And reason why I learn from I don't know why I'm talking so much, y'all. I'm just talking. But anyway, I'm finna end it now. But reason why I learn from, let me start with other people's mistakes. Because when I hear about other people's mistakes, I always put myself in their shoes. And I be like, man, I don't like that feeling. If I was in their shoes and just going, I don't like that feeling, so I avoid it. And I learn from my mistakes because I don't like how I felt going through it. Just like I was telling you, me venting to someone that I thought had my best interest. You get what I'm saying? And I learned, like, man, keep your shit to yourself. Talk to the person you got a problem with. Don't talk to somebody about your problem. Now, I might have a question like, hey, if this, but now I don't need to ask those questions to nobody because I already know because of wisdom, because of maturity, because of age. So. But anyway, sorry to drag this on longer than it should have been. I know it's all over the place. But yeah, Roland Martin, in my opinion, just karma. You talk shit on black folks, this was gonna happen to you. Now nobody got your back. Anyway, salute to everyone. I love you. Peace out.